it's ever important for people to know what I do, who I sleep with, who I date, right? But in this instance, it's very different because, as I said, there's so many people that are side-eyeing me, looking at me questionable. I've lost money, friendships, relationships behind it, and I think it's because people don't
only think in terms of people are trying to put something on it. Will and Jada, what they doing with other people?
Yeah.
Right? Will and Jada ain't really doing too...
Bryshere Gray is finally opening up about the difficult experiences he faced with Will and Diddy. It turns out that Bryshere was the one who encouraged August Alsina to reveal his private relationship with Jada. Apparently, Jada was enjoying August's attention a bit too much and wanted to connect him with Will and Diddy. But Bryshere stepped in to stop that from happening. He knew how much damage being involved with Will and Diddy caused him personally. He didn't want to see someone else get caught in a similar situation. Have you noticed what Bryshere is doing now? After years of trouble in his personal life, including leaving his wife following incidents of abuse, he has started working in adult entertainment. Once seen as one of Hollywood's promising young Black actors, he is now sharing explicit content on social media platforms, trying to make ends meet with paid subscriptions. To give some background, Bryshere's career began with his role on the hit show Empire. Unfortunately, this opened doors to some people in the industry who had harmful intentions. Things got worse when his manager at the time, Charlie Mack, introduced him to Will and Diddy under the pretense of a mentorship program. According to Jaguar Wright, Bryshere was pressured into long, exhausting encounters when he was only 17 years old, and this left a lasting impact on him. These experiences caused both physical and emotional harm. Jaguar shared a story about a time when Bryshere and Meek Mill were heard leaving Will's house naked and screaming for help after a tough encounter. These revelations show how much Bryshere suffered behind the scenes. The pressure and trauma affected his mental health deeply and changed his life path in ways no one could have imagined. Now, by speaking out, he's bringing attention to the dark side of the industry and the challenges young artists sometimes face.
Bisexual, they do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills, Bryshere Gray, left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he...
People believe that Diddy and Will's mentorship was what caused Bryshere to lose control because his problems started right after that mentorship ended. It's surprising because, as I mentioned earlier, if they had truly guided and protected him, he might have become one of the biggest actors today. At just 17, he was starring in one of the most popular TV shows and was seen as Hollywood's next big star. But suddenly, everything changed. He fell into heavy drug use and kept getting into trouble with the police. For example, in 2022, he was arrested and found guilty of aggravated assault against a woman he was dating at the time. But this wasn't his first time facing legal issues. Back in 2020, his wife was saved by a stranger at a gas station after she went there asking for help. She told the police that Bryshere had strangled her and kept hurting her until she lost and regained consciousness repeatedly. When the police came to his house to arrest him, he refused to come out. It took hours of talks between the SWAT team and Bryshere before he finally stepped outside.
Of the hit show Empire. Tonight we're seeing hours of new video from his July arrest that ended with his wife flagging down police and telling them the actor had a for hours inside their Goodyear home. The bizarre jailhouse interview lasting for 2 hours as they try to piece together a chaotic...
Jaguar says that during all this, Andrea came to her asking for help. Jaguar told her to get Bryshere away from Charlie Mack because he was the connection between Bryshere and Diddy. But Andrea didn't take any action and let Diddy and Will supposedly continue hurting her son until Bryshere was completely broken.
Talking about Bryshere's mom. I'ma kick you in your and I'ma go to work North Philly style. And Charlie, you happy now? He's a gay star. Are you happy now, Andy? For a book that didn't sell? I hope that new husband of yours leaves you. And maybe it's time you tell your son why his father is really in jail, his biological father, for all of his life and what you had to do with it. You CI.
While Bryshere was struggling, word on the street is that he was helping August Alsina find a way out. He convinced August to go public about his relationship with Jada. If you remember, August made headlines in 2020 when he said in an interview that he had been involved with Jada and Will had given him permission to keep seeing her. August admitted he regretted getting caught up with Will and Jada because, for years, he let himself be used in their private encounters. By the time he got out of it, he was broken in every way and needed to heal. Part of his healing involved coming forward and sharing his story to clear his conscience. Back then, we didn't know this, but now it's reported that Bryshere was the one who pushed him to speak out before he got hurt like Bryshere did. August even said at one point that he felt like giving up on life.
That came to me and begged me for my help. I told her to get the fuck away from Charlie. I did everything that I could do to get Bryshere, to help her get Bryshere out of California into Chicago State to be ready for filming. She knew she knew what Will did to him. But because of Charlie, see? And Charlie had promised her all kinds of things. And all she had to do was pretend to be a broken down single mom who worked her way up through the ghetto and raised a superstar for television, when the truth is, she wasn't nothing but a dealer's. That's all she ever was. She went from dealer to dealer, and then she snitched on whoever she needed to snitch on until she could get to the bigger bag, until she got with Larry Lair, my friend who raised Bryshere in $1 million home. Your whole book is lies, Andy. And I hope anybody that bought it asks for a refund and demands it comes out of your pocket every time they see your son's gate. You and Charlie, man. See, they trying to slay him out so he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present that tape. Sis.
Okay.
I really hope none of that baby oil was used on those kids. That would just be in bad taste. Baby oil on babies.
You can't say that the flavor camp was sponsored by Johnson & Johnson. You just come on. Come on.
Starting to sound that way, ain't it?
No.
All that talent, and she let Charlie tune that boy up, well, knowing that he was bipolar and had ADHD. What kind of mother do that to her son? Turn him into a so you could pretend to be something more than what you are, which is nothing more than a filly. You're a big old, they're making your son a big, that's for sure. Because he didn't have no choice. You was down by all. I'm sorry, the Bryshere conversation for me is not easy. Because I came to Belial and I asked Belial to help me save the kids, and all he was worried about was his book.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Nobody care about these kids. Don't nobody care.
At first, Jada tried to deny the accusations and later attempted some PR damage control. That's when both of them admitted that August was actually Jada's side partner, someone she was involved with because Will wasn't enough for her. She said she initially denied it because she didn't think it was public knowledge what was happening in her private life. But she had to come clean and tell everyone after August took the story online. Jada explained that she pulled August into the situation because she and Will were having problems and had even separated. She decided to use the friendship she already had with August and offered to be intimate with him, which he agreed to. This was when she made her famous entanglement comment that had the internet talking for weeks.
Sat down with Will and had a conversation. Due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership that they've spoken on several times, and it, not involving romanticism, he gave me his blessing. And I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life. I devoted myself to it. I gave my full self to it. So much so to the point that I can die right now.
And remember how August said Will gave him permission to be with Jada? Well, Jada said Will didn't need to give her permission because she gave it to herself. She even admitted she was with August without Will knowing. Honestly, it's hard to say what's worse. Her letting August make people believe they had an open relationship, or her basically admitting she cheated on Will.
Situation that I considered private.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's business. Yeah. But now Black Twitter has claimed it as their business.
When I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided.
I was done with you.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though.
Yeah,
Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know, I think from there, you know, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship.
Yes, it was a relationship.
But it got even worse when Will asked her why she was involved with August. She said,
Person that could give permission in that particular circumstance is myself.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But what August was probably trying to communicate, because I could actually see how he would perceive it as permission because we were separated amicably.
Yeah.
And
some people are now saying that the reason Will didn't seem bothered by Jada cheating, even after she found out about his own secrets, might be because he was involved with younger boys himself, including Bryshere and even his own son Jaden. According to these claims, Jada stayed quiet about all of this. This isn't just idle gossip. Jaguar Wright, a well-known figure who has spoken out before, also mentioned this and said she got the information from Will's former assistant. Balau Balau made headlines a few months ago when he accused Will of being involved with another man named Dwayne Martin. This entire situation feels complicated, almost like an open marriage, but no one really knows where it will go from here. The rumors and accusations have led many to blame both Will and Diddy for the harm that happened to Bryshere and August. Fans and viewers have been sharing their thoughts online. One person wrote, "I always wondered what happened to Bryshere. I really liked him on Empire. He was so talented and had that charm as Hakeem. It's heartbreaking to hear what he went through. I hope he can find a better future wherever that may be. Hollywood isn't everything." Another person commented, "Charlie Mack, also called the Handler, is in the background of all these videos. Bryshere didn't want to lose himself. He just wanted a chance in showbiz." This whole situation raises a lot of questions, and I want to hear what you think. What's your opinion about the serious claims that Diddy and Will were involved with Bryshere and August in ways that were not appropriate? Do you think Bryshere was right to push August to speak out and share the truth about what happened with Will and Jada? Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to know more and keep up with all the details, don't forget to click here to watch another video packed with more drama and behind-the-scenes information. This story is far from over, and the more voices that join the conversation, the clearer the truth might become.